Hey, good Thursday evening, everyone. If you watched me on 21 News at 6 this evening, I said I would do a more in-depth web video, so here it is. We're going to cover the cold and the wind in the short term, and then heading towards the weekend, yet another winter storm heading our way. I was joking today with former 21 News meteorologist Mike Joyce, who's down in Dayton now, that ever since he left, we have a snowstorm every weekend. It's uncanny. So we're kind of just stuck in this rut where the weekends are active, the work weeks are just cold, and fairly uneventful. Alright, doing a long video here. You can always check out a more in-depth video. I do one of these every day, even if the weather's quiet. We call it Weather for Weather Geeks. If you're unfamiliar with these tend to be a little more technical in nature, really geared towards the weather enthusiasts, hobbyists. But even if you just have a passing interest in the weather and want to see kind of some of the behind-the-scenes stuff that I look at, computer models and whatnot, be sure and check this out every day on ericwfmj.com. That's my weather blog. wfmj.com/weather is our weather website. Those videos appear there, and you can always view these videos on your iPad or your iPhone as well, using the 21 News mobile app, which is a really nice app. All our videos go on there. Alright, temperatures this evening, well, of course, cold is the story. Haven't even plotted up the temperatures yet, and it looks really cold. Let's put up the temperatures here. We'll zoom in on our local area. And I'm recording this about 7:45 p.m. Temperatures look like this. It's 1 below in Youngstown, it's 2 in Akron, 1 in Pittsburgh, 4 below already in DuBois. Some of these, traditional cold nooks and crannies in north central PA. Someone's going to get a minus 25 over there tonight. And I'll tell you, even in our viewing area, parts of Mercer County, maybe even Trumbull County, some of the coldest sheltered valleys could see a 23 below tonight. There's a spot up in Ashtabula County, Roaming Shores, that I think was 32 below Monday morning. They might see that again tomorrow morning. And this cold air mass isn't just here. This has long-reaching tentacles all the way down into the southeast. Now, this doesn't sound bad for us, but for people in the south, 24 in Atlanta, 20 in Charlotte, 18 in Raleigh, they just are not used to that kind of cold. And even down in Florida, 47 in Orlando, 56 in Miami. They're wearing winter jackets down there with these types of temperatures. We would kill for 47, but in Orlando, that's really, really cold. And we have winter, or I should say, wind chill warnings and watches up in parts of the deep south with the tremendous cold down there. All right, locally, again, 7 o'clock hour temperatures, generally pretty close to zero, a little bit below in spots. The leader in the clubhouse so far for cold, Mercer, at 3 below zero. All right, as we head through the overnight, here's how things will go down. By midnight, wind chills well down into the teens below zero. On average, our air temperature close to 6 below with a northwest wind at 7. That's at midnight. Now, as people get up tomorrow morning, boy, is it going to be harsh. If you remember Monday morning, well, this is going to be just like it. Wind chills down in the 20s below zero. Air temperatures averaging about minus 15. But again, there's going to be some cooler spots in the traditional sheltered valleys. Someone's going to get a 22, 23 below. At the airport, our official forecast is for minus 14. The Youngstown Warren Airport's where all the official records are kept. And then as we go into Friday afternoon, little relief, and 7, 8 degrees in the afternoon. Wind chills, though, stay below zero all day. Here's a look at the wind chill charts. I've shown this a few times this winter, unfortunately. The zone we're going to be in tomorrow morning will be kind of over in here. Now, that said, I don't think we'll see a minus 35 wind chill because the wind should be under 10 miles per hour by morning. But wind chills close to minus 30, a possibility. Frostbite times, once it's down in that zone, 15 to 30 minutes. Common sense applies. You know what to do here. And if you own a dog, you know what to do. A couple of minutes at most. Hopefully they do their business quickly. Dogs, other animals, just as susceptible to the cold as we are. I always think this is common sense. I don't need to say this kind of stuff, but every time it gets really cold, we have to run a story on the news about some poor dog that was left out overnight to freeze. All right, coldest temperatures on record, the master list here in Youngstown. The granddaddy is, of course, January 19th, 1994 at 22 below. Here's the Reagan inaugural outbreak, January 20th of 85. It was minus 20 in Youngstown. It was so cold in D.C. that the inauguration had to be moved indoors. A couple of February dates here. February 9th, 1934, February 17th, 1979. Monday morning, just a few days ago, it was minus 13, not quite on the list. This is the most sustained and most severe cold outbreak this late in the season since 1963 in Youngstown. It's been a long time. Alright, high pressure is moving off to the east, and as we head into Saturday, the snow begins, probably a little before daybreak. Now, this is going to be pretty light, I think, in the morning hours. If you need to do some things that involve being out on the roads Saturday, earlier in the day is better, because I do think the snow picks up in intensity as we go into the afternoon. We're going to be keeping a very close eye on this stuff down here, the mixing. As we just saw with the storm a couple of weeks ago, if this gets involved too much, snow amounts will be cut down. Right now, most of the models forecast the rain and even the mixing to stay out of our viewing area. Now that said, this is our in-house Futurecast model. It's actually called the RPM, and it actually brings the rain and the mixing up to about 224, at least Route 30 here, at 9 p.m. on Saturday. This is the only model I've seen that brings it this far to the north. So this is a little bit of an outlier, but nonetheless, we can't rule it out. If this stuff gets up into our viewing area, especially the southern part of our viewing area, snow amounts will be cut down a little bit. By Sunday morning, the storm is gone. Now, I am a little bit concerned about some residual, leftover, lingering moisture Sunday morning, and perhaps some freezing drizzle here and there Sunday morning, so we'll have to watch out for that. Otherwise, falling temperatures on Sunday. So our confidence increasing in the storm track and also the precip type. It's still not real high when it comes to the precip type. Still not real sure if it's totally 100% snow for everyone, or if we get some sleet and perhaps some snow mixing in. But the timing, we're pretty confident that this is an all-day Saturday event with things winding down Saturday night. Snow accumulations, most likely at this point, and this covers our entire viewing area. A lot of times I'll show something like this and someone will ask, is this for Columbiana County as well? And in this case, yes. Generally speaking, for the entire viewing area, most likely accumulation 3 to 5 inches. We could get a little more than that if it comes down heavy enough and there's absolutely no mixing. On the other hand, if it piddles around Saturday morning enough and that warm sector does get in towards the evening, I could also see that we get 2, 2.5, 3 on average. But, you know, as it stands right now, given all the things I'm looking at, I think the most likely accumulation for the entire viewing area, 3 to 5. It's not a huge storm. It's definitely an inconvenience, though. So our travel forecast for Saturday, conditions go downhill on the roads by the afternoon and evening. Again, if you need to do some traveling on Saturday, I would recommend doing it if you can in the morning. Accumulations, again, 3 to 5 inches for our viewing area. We'll be fine-tuning this forecast. It's not etched in stone. Check the forecast often between now and Saturday so that you have the most up-to-date information. You don't want to just check it now and think that this is etched on a tablet and this is the way it's absolutely going to be. As we've seen, sometimes we have to make some adjustments a little bit closer to the storm as the storm starts to show its hand a little bit. We always want to make the most accurate forecast. We don't hang on to a forecast that's definitely going to bust too long. Sometimes we've got to swallow our pride and make a few adjustments. We've had to do that a few times this winter. Right now we're thinking 3 to 5, but you know, things might change a little bit, so check back often, social media, and of course on TV. I'll have a full update tonight on 21 News at 11. Thank you again for watching, and have a great night.